Good day, everyone. Welcome to Worldwide News for May 20th, 2025. Let's get straight into the top stories shaping our world today. In South Asia, India and Pakistan are navigating a fragile peace after a U.S. brokered ceasefire on May 10th. Tensions flared after India's May 7th strikes on alleged terror sites in Pakistan, following a deadly attack in Kashmir. Pakistan retaliated, targeting Indian military bases. But satellite imagery shows limited damage on both sides. The New York Times reports restrained impacts, with Pakistan's Rahim Yar Khan Air Base runway briefly non-operational. Reuters notes ongoing diplomacy, but India's PM Modi, speaking at Adhampur Air Base, called Operation Sindoor the new normal against terrorism. Pakistan declared an Indian diplomat persona non grata on May 13th, signaling lingering distrust. Analysts warn that without deeper talks, this ceasefire may only be a pause. In Ukraine, Russia launched its largest drone attack of the war on May 18th, deploying over 270 drones. The Guardian reports one civilian death and widespread damage to infrastructure across Kyiv and other cities. President Zelensky met U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance in Kyiv to secure more aid as Ukraine's defenses strain. CNN says U.S. President Trump is preparing for talks with Russia's Putin this week to push for peace. A potential Putin-Zelensky meeting is under discussion, but the Kremlin insists on preconditions. The conflict, now in its third year, has displaced millions, and winter looms large. International aid groups are ramping up support, but a resolution remains uncertain. At the Vatican, Pope Leo XIV delivered a powerful message during his inaugural Mass on May 18th. Addressing 150,000 attendees, including Zelensky and Vance, he called for peace in Ukraine, Gaza, and Myanmar. The Guardian highlights his vision for the Catholic Church as a leaven of unity in a divided world. Elected on May 8th, Leo vowed to uphold Christian values while rejecting autocratic governance. His words resonate as conflicts persist, with the Vatican offering to mediate in global crises. The Pope's schedule this week includes meetings with humanitarian leaders to address refugee needs. In the Middle East, Gaza faces intensifying violence as Israel expands its ground offensive. Al Jazeera reports dozens of civilian deaths in recent airstrikes, with hospitals overwhelmed. Hamas confirmed new truce talks in Qatar, proposing to release some hostages as a goodwill gesture. However, Israel's PM Netanyahu insists on securing territory first, complicating negotiations. The BBC notes thousands of Israeli troops massing at the border, raising fears of a broad incursion. The UN has called for an immediate ceasefire, warning of a humanitarian catastrophe. Aid agencies struggle to deliver supplies amid ongoing bombardments. In economic news, global stock markets rallied after the U.S. and China paused their tariff war for 90 days. Reuters reports U.S. duties on Chinese goods dropped to 30%, while China's tariffs on U.S. products fell to 10%. The Nasdaq surged 4.3% on May 12th, reflecting optimism, but uncertainty lingers over long-term trade talks. President Trump's tariffs aim to reduce the U.S. trade deficit, but critics warn of higher consumer prices. CNBC notes no tariff impact in April's 2.3% CPI inflation rate, but pressures may emerge in May. China's push for purchase agreements, like the 2020 Phase 1 deal, could shape future negotiations. Businesses worldwide are bracing for volatility as the deadline approaches. That's all for today's worldwide news. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll see you tomorrow.